Right, let's get this over with while I'm still annoyed. Hey guys, welcome to Clix Corner. Today I'm doing another update video about WWE HeroClix because we've had some new information leaks from Gamma, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty annoyed about it, and I'm pretty sure a lot of the Clix community is already annoyed about it. So at the end of my video yesterday, I said I really hope they don't mess up the WWE set, and by the looks of it, they already have. One day they let us enjoy that. Literally a day. One day. The first thing I want to talk about is how the set is going to be released. The set is going to be released as non-blind bag single figures for $7.99 each. Now, before I start moaning on, I will say my friend Lee from Protect Models, who you should check out if you're buying singles in the UK, he has pointed out that it's probably to do with legal issues and to do with the copyright and the contract that they will have gotten to do this, and he reckons that they won't be able to sell they won't be allowed to sell different WWE characters for a different amount of money, and they want to keep track of how many of each of them have sold and stuff like that. But that's not going to work with the WizKids business model. That's not how it is. We've spent all this time with it not being like you walk into Games Workshop and buy the singles you need. That's just not the way that it's ever been. So my issue with it not being blind bag is that there's going to be some figures in this set that are bad, and they're just going to sit on the shelf forever. So, here's a new game. Drop in the comment your prediction for the figure that sits on the shelf forever until the owner is like, let's just sell them for £1. Second thing is, chases are going to disappear, as are the fan favourites and the actual decent dials. If there is a figure that's going to get used in competitive, they're going to be out before you have turned up. The chases are going to, I assume, work in the same way as pop figures, and you're going to turn up and have a rummage through them all, and you're not going to find the one you want because somebody's already bought them all because they turned up first and they got to see all the chases. I assume players would have house rules about that, but that's basically how it's going to go. I'd also like to see the dials worthy of being priced at retail of $7.99, because they basically need to all be super rare-ish. I think $7.99 is quite cheap for a super rare, especially one that's just came out. But generally, rares are worth nothing now, let's not pretend. So basically they all need to be super rare worthy, and if WizKids is suggesting that they can release a set that delivers a $7.99 worthy dial on every figure, I'd love to see that set. But quite frankly, that's one of my issues. It's not that this flat rate price and the not blind bag things. It's that $7.99 is too much to ask for them as well, because they're probably not going to be great. It has been pointed out that these might be aimed at collectors, but you can buy actual wrestling figures for $7.99, especially if you're just displaying them. And I damn well get more fun out of animating wrestling figures than I get out of Clix at the moment. If it is aimed at collectors, why don't they just do what they're doing with the Transformer sets and all that sort of stuff, and just make them little statues with no relation to the game at all? Just WizKids statues. It doesn't make any sense. My dad made a very logical suggestion that if they couldn't release them for different prices or in blind bags or anything, they should have done a box set that lets you buy them all in one go like they did with Watchmen. That would have been a really good idea. And then they don't have to be amazing figures, they just have to sell to the collectors. Now, the sad thing about this again is that when it blows up in the face of the store owner. I'm sure WizKids have seen enough backlash on Realms, etc. already, but at the end of the day, WizKids doesn't care about the backlash, because it's the stores that have all the complaints. It's the stores that had the issues with distribution in the Defenders War era, with the price of bricks going up in the same era. It's the stores that are going to have people saying, well, why have you sold all the chases? Well, why haven't you got any of my favourite ones left? You know, it's, well, can you order more in? Or, you can't order more in until the rest of these ones that are never going to sell have gone, etc. It's the stores that have to listen to all this, and you know what? I'll be completely honest. I wouldn't blame my local's owner for not getting these in. I mean, it's been such a stress for him to stock HeroClix anyway. I mean, God knows it's undesirable for stores to stock HeroClix in this day and age. But I really can't see how this is going to go particularly well. It might still work out. They're probably going to keep the money on it, but I just don't understand how this can be particularly successful, which is what WizKids are relying on. Now, this is the last bits of information that I have. The first wave is going to be 12 figures, but there's going to be 50 figures in total if it sells well. If this sells well. Okay. Another thing I'd like to ask is, are Troll and Toad going to put these up costing very little, like 2 days after release, like usual? Like, are they going to put them all up for $2? Because, again, I'd rather buy them from there. And again, that blows up in the face of the local owner, you know? And there's been a couple of sets now where I've been like, this isn't worth buying into, I'm just getting my singles. And fair enough, those sets have still sold, but that just means on a set where people aren't going to support it, then the local store owner loses out. Again, that's the problem with HeroClix, is even if you boycott a set or think that something is stupid, other players will pay for it, and that's why WizKids never learns anything. Right, I've had enough. That's me done. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.